YouTube, welcome back to another video. I want to discuss something that the developers said recently in regards to the twins and Victor. So, the new killer that came out, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, called the Ghoul or Kaneki. There was a post on the forums about like why Kaneki can't go on second floors with his power, and the dev actually replied to this. So I'm going to read it out here. So thank you for the feedback about the vertical grappling hook aspect of the power. I saw several comments about this, so I explained the reasoning, which is pretty simple, but it's an unfortunate technicality of our game. At its conception, DVD was not meant to be played vertically. And to be fair to the original team, I'm sure if they had known or predicted the long success of the game, our game foundation would have been different. That being said, anytime a player is not in direct contact with the ground, or at least over the section allowed to navigate in a level, potential technical and balance issues arise. Okay? Our best example is Victor. Those who were there at the time of the twins' release probably remember how unstable it was. We are unfortunately not ready for such an effect yet, and it's only a matter of engine update. And it's not only a matter of engine update, but level design system also. Demogorgon, Lich, and Ghoul all give the illusion that they can fly or lift off the floor, but it's only in the presentation and not what actually happens. They never leave the floor or the ground. We are still debating and unsure internally if the Victor power should stay as it is or not because of this effect. Okay, so they don't really clarify exactly what that means. I would guess that definitely means Victor sniping, right? So if you're on the second floor, to say on like Dead Dog or Eerie, you probably wouldn't be able to like, you would hit like invisible walls. I don't know if this would affect pallets and windows. They don't really say. I mean, the rest of this is like, the falling off edges effect is also a safeguard for the character to not end up stuck in certain positions. Auto-lock system, like, I don't know, they just kind of... Let me have a quick read of the rest of this, actually. Auto-lock system was a choice that came from the fact that we could not make the power be smooth for both systems, aiming at a wall versus skill shot aiming at a survivor. Yes, I think they're just talking about the Ghoul a bit more here. Okay, there's a few problems with if they change Victor this way, right? The first one, they've been like this for 5 years. They came out at the end of 2020. They've literally been this way for 5 years, right? That's number one. So they've always been this way. So I don't know why they would change this suddenly now. They don't really clarify if they would want to change this because of bugs or because of balance. I mean, if you made it so Victor couldn't hit over pallets and windows, like, that's a very big nerf for twins. When twins first originally came out, Victor couldn't do anything for lockers, right? So you go in a locker, what can you do? And that's kind of the same case with pallets. There are some pallets in this game, like on Midwich, on the game, that are just like very, very safe pallets. And if you can't go around as Victor, it just will feel really clunky and really bad. The thing is as well, let's say if they went ahead with this and you remove Victor snipes. Victor snipes aren't something that a lot of people are doing. I'm kind of a weird person in that way. They're very, very risky. They require a lot of skill because you're aiming, and there's a lot of like physics you need to take into account. Like, how high up is Victor? When is he going to land? Where's the peak of his descent? It's not a very simple thing to do. And the thing is, if you miss a Victor snipe, you get kicked. And they kind of recently nerfed it, so you have a longer cooldown if you get kicked. If you throw a hatchet and you miss a hatchet, you throw another hatchet. You can't just throw another Victor, right? So if they were to change this because of balance, I think that's really weird. The flip side of this, right? Let's say they also remove this, and now you're stuck with twins that can only hit behind you. That's really boring. You can't hit a twins that goes right up behind you. I would say the majority of players playing that way, more than 50%, like, play with Victor that's right behind people. Because you just, like, there's not much risk with that compared to, like, actually trying to hit people from far away. So the problem with this change is you make twins less fun to play against, and you make them less fun to play as. You punish people who are actually taking risky, skillful plays and you make it worse to play against. Like, I don't know why. I think the only, in my opinion, only valid reason to change this is if, like, it will magically fix the game and there won't be any bugs anymore, right? But I don't think so. It's just very strange. It definitely concerns me. If you've watched my Why I Love the Twins video, a big reason I like Twins is because of the Victor snipes and the high risk and the adrenaline with that. It's really exciting to hit a Victor snipe. So I don't know. As I said, they're debating it, so it's not something they're definitely doing, but it just concerns me. So I thought I'd make a video about it, because you might not have heard about this. It's like I think it's just a forum post. It's kind of like been tucked under the rug, but I wanted to raise awareness about this and kind of talk about my feelings. Some of the developers do watch my videos, so, you know, I want to give my thoughts on this. I did make a video, like how to fix the Twins before the Twins PTB that came out. That was an absolute disaster. And I called a lot of the problems out with that PTB before I went through and, like, why they shouldn't do these changes and the reasons why. And then they did those changes, and the reasons that I said why they shouldn't do it became true. So, you know, I probably am right about my prediction with this. I think if you remove this, you're going to make Twins even less picked, which they're already, like, the bottom 3 least picked killers. They're, 1% play rate? So you're going to make them even less picked. You're going to make them more annoying to play against. More annoying to play as. I mean, if you can't hit for pallets and windows, you're just going to make them, like... It's hard to say. Maybe C tier or B tier. I don't know. It's hard to say in hindsight. I just think if you remove that ability, which again is a skill shot, it's not... If you put a new player on Twins, they're not going to be able to hit you over pallets and windows. There is some skill with that. You need to be you need to have good timing with it. If you're haven't got good timing and aim, the survivor can just run away or crouch to the side and dodge you, you know? It's very problematic. The thing is with Victor as well, if Victor does land on something that's higher than himself, he dies. So they have that balance aspect of it. I don't know. I'm not really sure what else to say about this, but I thought I'd just highlight it and say my thoughts. I don't think they should change this. It's been like this for 5 years. At the end of the day, video games are for fun. You know, they're for fun, and this is a fun part of the power. It's very strange. I don't think it's OP that you can Victor snipe. I think it takes skill. It's fun to do, and it has some counterplay compared to just back revving survivors and hitting them in the bum. So, I know. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about this. I think it's dreadful. I'm honestly worried. Again, we don't know if this is actually going to happen, but I wanted to bring it up, say my thoughts. Maybe the devs see this and maybe they listen to me and don't do this change. I don't know. But definitely pretty scary stuff. So, let me know in the comments down below what you think about this, and I'll see you in the next video. Hopeless illusion.